be stressing. I would be stressing out if I was fighting in that kind of
Imagine
environment.
being Tanjiro, just free
Right?
falling into like this empty void, right? And you're just like
I'm
you
glad
see
you
that
brought that up.
you know what I mean, like and having to use that technique to kind of stop yourself, and it's still not fully working because
I'm so glad you
fuck
brought
you,
that
right?
up.
You know?
Because remember how we were told that the sword styles are just sword styles
Yes.
and how there's no like supernatural elements to this? I literally witnessed my man jump on air. Like
Right.
he used
That's
the water
one. That's
technique and his foot jumped on the water, which was in midair. You can't have it both
yes.
ways. Either these
That's
things,
one.
and then like
That's
the
one.
lightning is breaking, like lightning techniques are breaking the
Mhm.
environment. That's not swordsmanship. I mean, like that's lightning, bro. Like that's lightning, bro.
Well,
So
that's a couple of things, and there's another part. I'm not sure if you it was after the Zenitsu fight where one of the Demon Slayer core members is doing like he does the water technique,
yeah,
but you don't see any effect.
yeah.
Bro, that shit took me all the way. I was like, ain't no way they've been listening to people complain and they pulled that. You know what I mean? Because
So
you
it's just
see
so
everybody else using the elemental
yeah. So my
techniques,
theory
and then
is
that part you don't see it.
they are super powerful and they conjure elements because like I'm telling you,
There's
my
no other
man jumped on
explanation.
water. My man jumped on water in midair. Explain that.
I don't know, man. I
Anyway,
don't
yeah.
know.
So that's
I guess for visual cues, I
oh, so
guess
we're just
you know
breaking the environment for visual cues,
we're just breaking physics,
breaking
the
physics
power
and
of
everything.
everything,
Oh my
gravity,
god.
all that, just for visual cues. You know
Oh
what I'm
yeah,
saying? Just so it looks cool.
yeah. That was just my little side note. But yeah, in general, like the castle, I can literally talk all day about the castle and just
Hmm.
how impressive it was to see them utilize the movement, the building, and just like the overall visual set pieces. Like when they would like zoom out and just show you everything from like a panned out view. I love the
Yeah.
crows kind of trying to go through and find everything. The only thing I was a little confused about is they announced this is a quick early spoiler, but they announced when like a higher ranked demon, like one of the higher ones, was defeated.
Hmm.
But they didn't announce when. What was it? Upper six?
Yeah.
I don't know why
Daigaku.
I don't know why that wasn't announced. That was just a little weird,
I don't know. I don't know. And it should have been because Zenitsu was the only one who defeated an
right?
upper moon by himself.
By not only by
Granted,
himself. Now, yeah, he was
granted,
like
he
a
was
fill-in.
one of the weak. He
Yeah,
was one of the weaker ones. But
they both were the
however,
weaker of all of them. But either way, my man put in work. Okay,
either
put some respect
way,
on Zenitsu. You know what I
put
mean?
some respect on the god Zenitsu because he was the only one in that cast, at least right now, who's defeating an upper moon by
Yeah,
himself. You know what I'm saying? Because not even Tengen. Tengen had to use all his
yeah,
one arm, all his strength,
hmm
and Tanjiro's help to
yeah.
defeat the former upper six, Gyotaro and Daki. You know what I'm
Very
saying?
true.
So we got to put some respect on Zenitsu's name. You know what I'm
Also, it was
saying?
so
But
dope seeing my man lock in like that.
oh no, he was locked in
My
from
man
the
was
jump.
locked in from beginning to end.
As soon as he got that letter, he was locked in. He was locked in. He was like, "Nah, I'm gonna find him. And
My
I
man
gotta show him."
didn't waver, and I love it so much.
Nah,
So,
that was great.
phew,
We'll get into that in a
um,
little bit. But yeah, pacing, runtime,
yeah,
soundtrack. You
and like
mentioned animation.
so when it comes to the pacing, my whole thought process on that was, yeah, like obviously they do the flashbacks. That is a Demon Slayer staple. And towards the end, one of the last kind of moments of the movie is majorly, you know, uh, flashback.
Flashback.
And I
Hmm.
can see how that could, slow down for a lot of people. But at the end of the day, like that's Demon Slayer. Like if you've been watching Demon Slayer from the beginning, like they be throwing in all those flashbacks. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean? Like, and for a long period, like,
Hmm.
you should be sitting through flashbacks. But the whole point, I think, like, the whole point of Demon Slayer is it's a bunch of fights and then, like, heart wrenching stories of who these people were.
Hmm.
Because at the end of the day, Tanjiro was not one of those characters like, I'm going to kill every demon. That's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
his
yeah.
goal. He's just trying to get his sister back. And he
Hmm.
actually has empathy for everyone, literally
Yeah,
everyone,
I
demon
was
or
just
not,
about to say that. Now he has empathy for everybody,
for
including the
everyone.
demons. We've seen him cry after defeating the demon.
Yeah, everyone can catch hands and everyone can catch some empathy when it comes to Tanjiro.
Yo, at the
Okay.
same time.
So, we expect that that's what we're going to see. And I personally, and if you make a good flashback and a good story on that, I'm willing to forgive the
Hmm.
pacing because that's the story. Like, I'm used to it. And like, if this was any other anime, I would be like, yeah, that was like horrible pacing idea. But that's just what we've been getting this whole time. It would be weird if it didn't kind of like have that kind of
Yeah,
same
I'm on that
flow.
same boat, which is what I mentioned in my. I'm not sure if you saw it, but my social review for the movie after I watched it like early last week. I was like, I can see why some people were complaining about it, but that's Demon Slayer at its core,
Yeah.
getting those emotional backstories, and that's what adds so much weight to those fights, especially in this movie. And a lot of that stuff that we get flashbacks on in this movie, they were kind of hinting at throughout the entire anime series. So I don't really
Yeah.
understand why a lot of people were like, "Oh, the pacing's off. Too many backstories, especially Akaza's backstory." I'm like, but that's the whole point. That's what
Yeah.
we've been getting all these years. So why is that a problem now?
Yeah, like if you've watched from the beginning, and I would hope you were not just jumping into this randomly.
No, actually, now that you mention that, I walked out of the movie on Sunday. That was my second viewing because we got the screener early
Yeah.
thanks to Crunchyroll. So shout out to Crunchyroll. We got to watch it early. I also went to support it in theaters. So please support your local theaters, support the movies if you can, of course.
Hmm.
Um, I walk out of the movie theater and there's these two dudes walking behind me, and I overhear one of them say, I was expecting this movie to really spoil the anime for me. But I like how it did it. And I was like, what do you
What do
in
you
my
mean by
head, I'm
that?
like,
What do you mean by
what
that?
do you mean by that? So the dude his friend that he went to go watch the movie with, he asks him, wait, you're not caught up with the anime? He's like, no, I'm not caught up with the anime. Like I didn't even watch the last movie.
So you watched
I'm like,
season one?
I'm like in my head, I'm like, bro, what are you doing here?
You're missing so
This
much character development.
this movie for sure spoiled a shit ton of shit for the anime. What are
Oh
you doing
yeah,
here,
I mean
bro?
literally the leader dying. Like
It's like, what are you doing here, bro? Come on. That was just funny to me that people
yeah, that's
went to
pretty
go watch
wild.
this movie without watching the anime.
But, well,
Or
it's
at least
funny.
watching
Like
some sort of recap.
my wife, I wanted my wife to come see it because that was actually one of the first anime I got her to get into anime. But she's kind of behind. We've been watching some, like we just been finishing Don to Don, but like she's a little behind on Demon Slayer, so she wasn't able to see it. So like we didn't, neither one of us wanted her to get spoiled on like just jumping in.
No, right.
You
Yeah,
know,
no.
it doesn't make
This movie
sense. No,
spoils way too much.
no,
Especially that is the final arc of the manga. No, come
no.
on. No.
Yeah.